Hello. Good morning. Welcome to a shop talk slash life talk video. Um, I am officially on a break, in quotation marks. We're gonna talk about it. But I closed my flower shop, and right now the only thing that is like up for sale on my shop is patterns, so crochet patterns, PDFs, digital files, and my pre-orders for the new line of yarn that is hopefully going to get here in December. I'm going on a trip starting this Friday. So I just today finished packing up everything else that was left over from the shop update. I mean, not really update, just like the shop birthday sale and everything, the shop being open. And I'm going to drop them off today. It did just snow. So I'd show you. I don't want to dox myself. Sorry, I'm a little sniffly because it's cold. I just let the dogs out. And Taku, come say hi. Taku, come. Can you say hi to the camera? No, you have to speak in here. Oh, anyway, there's Taku. April is sleeping in the bed upstairs. She refuses to come out because it's cold. But basically, I've been struggling to take a break for a while. As you guys know or don't know, I opened Made with April, 2 years ago now almost? And it was literally on like the January 1st, so it should be easy for me to remember. But at the end of this year, it will be exactly 2 years that I've had it open, and I've never really taken a real break. I've taken, some trips here and there. Like I went to Anime Expo and I wasn't vending there, but I was like working for a friend and making a lot of content. And that's the thing. Originally, I didn't count, I'm just going to make content as like working. To me, I was like, I'm still taking a break because I'm like kind of on vacation and I'm having fun and I'm hanging out with my friends. But I'm coming to the realization that making content is pretty tolling, like takes a toll on your brain. I realize that when I go out and I'm like hanging out with people or like I'm visiting new places or even just like doing something mildly interesting, my brain is constantly thinking like, should I vlog this? Or like, should I make a TikTok out of this? Or should I make content? And it's pretty like dissociating from enjoying the actual activity. And I never really realized this because before I started making content, I always had the really awful mindset that like, making content is really easy. Like being a content creator is so easy. And to some extent it was because I enjoyed it. That's why I did it. And I'm saying it like I'm quitting, but I'm not. I'm just taking a break. I should say like, it is easy well, it was easy for a while is what I mean. And I guess my adrenaline kind of stopped pumping so hard. And after making a lot of different kinds of content, in like every single, like short form content, long form content, I think the only thing I haven't done at this point is like live streaming, which scares the bejesus out of me. So I don't think I'll be doing that anytime soon. Although the new Stardew Valley update is out. And I was thinking about it, but I can't because I'm going on a trip. Anyway, it's been a ride, and this is going to be my first real break is what I'm telling myself. But to be honest, I'm still bringing my camera. I'm still going to be making content. But I think the main thing that makes it a break different from my other breaks is that I'm going to be making content solely for myself. I've done that like maybe once or twice, a couple times in the past. Like, I guess the fishing and crafting video, I went fishing and crafting with some friends, but I kind of just went to take product pictures and like frolic in the fields and take pictures of that. I did go to LA, or no, that was for Anime Expo. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly can't remember the last time I took like a real break. There's been times where I've gone like camping or something and I took a couple days off or I took a week off, but in that time I still brought all my yarn with me and I was still like making product the whole time. And this time, because we are going to Japan, it's gonna be fun. But I can't bring all my yarn because it's such a waste of luggage space and I don't want to be lugging it all over Japan. Oh, oh, okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, anyway. So yeah, I will truly be separated from my yarn this time. I am thinking of taking like one thing to knit because I've been into knitting. I'll show you my sweater progress in a bit. But I'm going to Japan. I'm going with the whole, like everybody that you've seen in the vlogs. Those are like my only friends. So who's going? I know you guys love Justin. Justin's going. Frank is going. Ruby's going. Kevin is going. We'll see. I think Susie's going like the second half or something. There's like a lot of people. It's been difficult to coordinate because people are like going at different times depending on what time they get off of work. So Moreau is going, which is gonna be crazy because he's gonna be like, I think people are gonna stare at him and stuff. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Yeah, I've been really struggling to take a break, and I guess I just wanted to vent about it a little bit. It's not even a venting thing. It's not like a problem. I have a problem maybe, but it's just scary because since I'm closing the store for a month, I've scheduled a post until like the end of November. So I'll still be posting like photos, and then depending on how like productive I am at posting content, like reels and stuff about Japan and stuff, I'll post that. I'm a little nervous because I want to keep posting, but obviously my content is not going to be crochet or my flower shop centered unless I start every single TikTok with like, so I closed my flower shop and went to Japan, and then I post whatever. So I don't know. I'm a little bit worried about the lack of income. I did host a big sale in October for my birthday, and I really appreciate everybody that made a purchase because it helped alleviate some of my stress. But we'll see how that goes. So that's like the first kind of life shop update. Update is that it closed, and I'm forcing myself to take a break. And the other update is that my office is in shambles. We just moved into this place, so we did like our proper like inspections and stuff to make sure that everything was good and settled. Frank is moving in, I think, after we come back, and there's a bunch of stuff. I think you met Jason from that awkward like thermal label collaboration that he helped me with. He is coming to stay here for a bit, and he's watching the dogs while we're in Japan as well. So they don't know yet. Oh, you have an eye boogie, buddy. There you go. So there's that. So we have to organize all of those. Oh, my office. My brain is so mush. It's been crazy. I haven't shown you guys my closet. And I've made a couple jokes about it. But basically, this is what it looks like right now. I don't know if you can really decipher what this image is, but essentially there's a huge built-in closet in that closet. And it was like already there when we moved in, and we were like, okay, whatever. And then I started storing some stuff in that walk-in closet, but I was waiting for a while because I needed to buy shelves, and I wanted to change out some of because they have like this like coat like or hanging. I can't point to it. My hand can't reach it. But did it pop to that picture of Frank? New cinematic photo of Frank eating noodles. But I wanted to change out some of the stuff basically, so I didn't put that much stuff in there yet. Thank goodness, because one day I noticed that the carpet around that closet was wet. So there was some kind of leak. Some people came to take a look at it. They set up this gigantic fan, which is what that is. There's like two giant fans or something, and then like a dehumidifier, and then like a regular fan. I don't even know what it is, what's going on, but they're drying it all out. Apparently it's clean water, which means they can just like take up the carpet in one piece, make sure it's all dry, and then just staple it back down. They did find a little bit of mold, so I spent a long time moving all of my stuff out of my office, like all of my flowers, my yarn, luckily it's all on the other side of the room, and it's in like my little flower container thing, so it wasn't too bad. But it was just like there wasn't any problems with the yarn or the flowers, thank goodness, because they were on the other side of the room and they were kind of lifted off the ground. Although it's really only in the closet where there's any problems. But I just took everything out just in case it spreads or anything pops up anywhere else. And it was just added a lot of unnecessary stress at the end of like it's like we're right about to leave, and also I'm like trying to finish up all my shop stuff. So that kind of sucked. It's still going on, so I guess I can say that kind of sucks. instead of sucked. But yeah, we're figuring that out. Obviously, there are fees to pay with people coming and fixing that and helping with all of that, but it's okay. It's part of life. I have a savings account. It's okay. Um, and yeah, I'm also preparing. I wasn't sure if I was going to say this or not, but I'll kind of, let's be honest, I tell you guys a lot. I pretty much tell you guys everything. I'm like full transparency over here. But I have some health changes coming up. Not coming up. I guess they're already happened. I've just recently discovered them. It's nothing serious. And I'm very grateful for the fact that I'm not like super ill and I'm not like dying or I don't need to go be an inpatient at the hospital or anything. Like honestly, it's fine. I'll tell you guys about later. But because I'm still like figuring it out, like I don't even fully know, but it's going to affect me going to conventions next year, which is extremely disappointing. But it is what it is, and I just have to deal with it. I'm looking probably to, I mean, I thank goodness I already have friends like Shirley and Susie who will be able to help me at like conventions and things. So it's not so much on me, but then obviously there are like, that's like expenses that add up, and then less money is to be made. And if I can't go at all, there's a lot of shows that don't allow you to proxy, which means I send somebody in place of me and I don't go at all, in which case I completely lose the profit from those shows. So these are kind of just unexpected things that come up. I mean, to be honest, it's a little bit expected. The health thing, I kind of knew it was going to happen at some point, that I would need to. I don't want to talk, I don't want to say too much about it. I'll tell you about it later, but it's gonna happen at some point that I was going to need to deal with it. So I'm trying to be like, oh, okay, like at least it's now. Like I kind of just started, so it's not too crazy. I'm not like locked into a lot of shows that you can rebook or anything, so it's fine. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, oh my God, I'm gonna lose momentum. And that's the same with me taking a break as well. I'm kind of like, oh my God, I'm losing momentum. And then people are gonna forget about me, and like, or other people are gonna come up and take over this niche. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. The scariest thing is if I can not go back to doing conventions, then I would have to probably move to like either fully selling things online or selling things in the vendors area, because I know they would allow you to send somebody else, which like there's pros and cons. The pros is like, oh, I can just stay home and like work away, make all my stuff, and then just have someone else deal with all of that side. But I really like meeting you guys and like like talking to you and like figuring out which products you like and like watching you make your flower bouquets, and like that's a really special part to me, and like making my display nice and like meeting everybody. And it's just like, it's hard to think about if I wouldn't do that in person. Also, vendors is way more expensive. Also, I'd have to pay somebody to go and do everything. And I'd be paying a friend, which is nice, but it's like a lot of money. So yeah, these are things that come up that I don't just get to like take sick time if I was at work. They're things that I have to manage myself, and these are real life things that happen. So just FYI, welcome to my life. Not to scare you or anything. If you're doing a small business, this is a pretty outlier situation, I think. Let me show you my sweater that I made. It's right here. I'm using the Karen latte cakes. I got them on sale. I can't remember how much they were, but this is the color Coconut Cream, which I've never read that color name before, and it's very cute, and I'm enjoying it. Here's the sweater. It's cute, right? It's very soft, and I'm working on this sleeve right now. I'm kind of just winging it. I watched like a couple different tutorials on how to make a raglan sweater, which I don't actually know what that means yet. But I've messed up a couple places, and I don't really know how. And I'm pretty sure half of it is I don't know how I did this, but like half of it you can see the V's and half of it are like horizontal, which means at some point I started knitting the wrong way or something, like inside out. But anyway, I'm working on it. Once it's finished, the good thing is it's kind of fuzzy, so you can't really tell. So I think I did pretty good for my first time. If it was like a solid color yarn, you'd be able to notice right away it would be awful. I think you can see, like, look, there's like, this is like where there's V's here, and then it transitions into like this horizontal, like I just start knitting the wrong way here. I don't know. Anyway, I'm having fun with it. It's taken a lot longer than I anticipated. I'm quite slow. But it does take less yarn than crocheting, and the garment is quite light, which I enjoy. So I've heard that knitting is better for clothes than crocheting, so, but not for accessories, because you have so much more freedom with like shape and everything with crochet. Anyway, back to back to my life. What else is there to update you guys with? Oh yeah, Frank is moving in, I think. We haven't set a date yet. He's currently at Kevin's place. So that's exciting. Justin is already in Japan, actually, with, you guys met Sayo and Matt from LA. They are also there, so they're vibing, and hopefully they will be our tour guides. I think Sayo speaks a bit of Japanese, because he is half Japanese. So that's going to be, I'm so excited for you guys to meet everybody and just have fun. Like, I really want to do it like, you know, Friends, like the sitcom where there's like an intro and there's all of them. I really just want to vibe. I've realized that I think one of the reasons why people watch my Artist Alley videos over some other people's is because of my friends, and I think that that is adorable, and I love that because I love that, or I love them. So we'll see, but I do want to take this month as an opportunity to just post whatever I want, even if it's not fully like crochet content or whatever, because it's just easier on my brain. And I want to live not being afraid of losing followers, which sounds so stupid because obviously you should not let your like follower count or your subscriber count dictate what you post, and just like live your life. But at the same time, they determine how much money you make and like ad revenue and everything. So there should be a balance. I'm gonna try my best not to look at it. I'm so close to 100K on Instagram. I'm so close to 50K on YouTube. And this is the point that I'm just gonna go for whatever I want. And if I never hit those milestones, so be it. So be it. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. I sometimes I still can't believe that you guys watch these videos because I still see it as kind of a little diary to myself. I actually back in the day used to make little videos of myself and post it on Tumblr on a private blog. And like I'd have like voice recordings and like whatever, and I would post everything. And then like randomly I would just go back and listen to it and be like, wow, I was really crazy back then, or like, wow, I was really passionate about this thing back then. And yeah, I don't know if that's crazy or if anyone else did that. Yeah. What else do I want to say? I feel like I wanted to talk about my like history to how I got here, because that's kind of why it's hard for me to take a break. Okay, we'll talk about that and then I'll close out because I have some more stuff I need to do. I haven't packed anything yet also for the trip. But my history, basically, okay, brief history for those who do not know. I think I've mentioned that I've come from like a science background, but a lot of people don't actually know because I try not to talk about it too much. But the like medicine to like small business pathway seems so common. I posted a couple of reels and TikToks about it, and it seems to be highly related to. But basically, when I was in school, I wanted to go into medicine. So I did the classical thing, I went into some kind of science program in university, and I did 3 years of physiology and developmental biology. And because I had med school mindset, is what I call it, I did everything. I joined clubs. I was vice president and like whatever. I don't even know. Like I had a bunch of roles in a bunch of different medicine related clubs. I volunteered at like a children's hospital. I worked part time at like a medical office, and it was crazy. Like I had no life. um, and I never learned how to chill, which I think is what I'm trying to say is like, this is why it's also hard for me to take a break. I can't tell if this is like just a me thing or if this is like a whole small business owner's thing. Obviously, it feels different when your entire income rides on just you instead of your contribution to like a company or something, right? But I did 3 years of physiology and developmental biology. Don't know why I picked that. Probably was one that I could get into. My grades honestly weren't the best. And I was a big crammer. Like I was a big memorize everything, spit it out. And unfortunately, that means that when it comes to actually applying myself, I'm not that good at it. So that kind of sucked. I didn't really realize it because I was so good at memorizing stuff that it never clicked to me that I didn't understand it, because each time my goal was just to get the next test done and get this course done and then go to the next semester. To be honest, school was great because it's your path is so clear. You do this class, you do these classes, you do these projects, you volunteer, you work part-time, you do your internships or whatever, and then you go semester, graduate, whatever, apply for this program. But I realized that I didn't hate medicine, but I did not feel that innate, like, when I talk to the people that are in medicine now, I didn't feel the same passion that they felt. Like I felt like I was doing it for my parents, which I was. I did do that for my parents. Kind of a Chinese child, older sibling trauma thing, if y'all can relate. So I did all that, and then after 3 years, I decided I didn't want to continue to pursue medicine because it was going to be like another, I don't know, like 10 years of school. And at that point, I I was just overwhelmed, and I realized I didn't actually like school. I just liked how easy it was to not have to decide what I wanted to do next. So I applied for radiation therapy, which is part of medical radiation sciences, depending on how your university categorizes everything. It's in the faculty of medicine, but we are not doctors. I am not a doctor. Some people commented on my reel and they were like, "You gave up being a doctor to do this?" Like, oh my God. If I put in that many years of school to be a doctor, I would not be done paying my student loans I would not be able to take that risk because I'd have to pay that all off before I do anything. So yeah, I finished my 3 years at university, and then I applied for this program, which is like a pre-professional program. Technically, you only need 1 year before you go in, but I didn't want to finish my degree because there was no point. It wasn't going to apply to anything other than like if I wanted to do grad school and research, which I did plenty of and never enjoyed, but was okay at it. And like I felt like I was like just charismatic enough to network around and like find opportunities. But when I finally got the opportunities, I was like, I hate this, but I worked so hard to get here that I should do it. So actually, I've published a couple papers on there's one, I don't even remember because it's been so long, and I think there's a couple, maybe two, on using a quantitative image analysis on breast cancer biopsies to predict cancer and stuff. They're all cancer related because I actually, no, I didn't publish anything in the lab I worked at. I worked at a fish lab where I took care of a bunch of fish, like thousands of fish, like zebrafish at the university. Anyway, and then, sorry. This is my video diary, okay? Leave me alone. And then, and then it's weird reflecting on all of this because I haven't done this in a while. Because I've just been working away, but I feel like it's nice to be able to think back on all the things that I did. But at the same time, it's like, oh, I wasted all my time doing this. I moved to Toronto for radiation, and that was a 3-year program. And that was crazy because I would go to school, or I just remember, okay, school was pretty boring. I pretty much just went to my class and then I went to work a part-time after. And I think I worked like 4 different part-times in like the amount of time that I took classes there. There's like a sushi place or whatever. I was just obsessed with working. I did pay off my student loans by the time I graduated from all the part-time work that I did, which is fantastic. Very proud of myself for that. But by the last year, we had clinicals, which is basically like job shadowing. Like you're basically just working with supervision. And I remember waking up at like 6:30 or 7 to be able to commute my way to the hospital that I had to work at, because in Toronto everyone commutes like an hour or two just to get to work, and it's just so normalized. It's crazy. And then once I got there, I'd work like 7:30 to 4:30 or something, or whatever the hours were, and then I would commute back, and then I would literally work at like this boba shop from like 6 o'clock to midnight. And then in between, and on the days that I had off, I think I worked 5 days a week. I would do research, and I would do like all my homework and like studying and everything. It was crazy. I honestly don't know how I did that. I think I barely slept like every day, but somehow I was just like, okay. So yeah. I think my background leads me to be unable to take a break because I've never really taken a break. It was literally when I moved here for work, to work at the hospital, and then I didn't have full-time work right away, and I was kind of forced to chill a little bit. And that's how I ended up getting into like all this small business stuff, because in my free time, I would find hobbies, but I would be unable to not monetize it because my brain is just slapped. Like every time I was into plants in Toronto, like really into plants, and I would sell them, and like, I think I've mentioned this before, I'd like trade them on buns and just like get food for my plant leaves and cuttings. And then I was into like aquariums, and I'd sell fish, and I'd sell my shrimp that I would breed. That was too high maintenance. And then anyway, now we're here. And now I'm going to take a break. So yeah, don't be mad at me if I'm not really here for the next little while. I have scheduled a bunch of posts. A lot of them are pretty boring. They're like 1 hour ASMR packing stuff, or like 1 hour ASMR crochet with me, because I couldn't think of anything to post, and I've just been burnt out, and I didn't realize that I was burnt out until like a week ago. Hopefully there will be fun Japan content if you guys aren't interested in it. I'm sorry, please watch it anyway. I don't even know. I feel like I'm catching up with a friend. I don't leave the house that much. So, I don't see like a lot of new people or anything. I'm pretty introverted anyway. Like that's just how it is. Like honestly, this kind of a video conversation is enough for me to be like, all right, that's enough socialization for me for like the next couple days. But yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. Thanks for being there. Here are my nails, by the way. I got a little red, a little pointy to be a little bit, more intimidating. I don't know. There's a heart and a little bow on the thumb. Cute, right? So yeah, I guess that's it. The dogs are great. April needs some dental work, I think, when we come back, which is going to cost a couple $1,000. So there's a lot to do. But we'll worry about it when we come back. We still have to deal with the leak. And we figured out the source. I think it's going to cost a couple grand. Everything costs a couple grand. So, but it's okay. I'll figure it out. Okay, well, that's it. Thank you for watching. Sorry I like fake ended this video so many times. But I'll see you when I come back, or I'll see you in the content that I may post. Bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe because I'm really close to 50K. If you want, or whatever. You don't have to. Okay. And on Instagram. Okay, bye.